It's happening. You open your phone and your portfolio is a sea of red. The financial news channels are running doomsday headlines, and every expert is predicting a deeper crash. Your stomach is in knots, and every instinct in your body is screaming at you to sell everything and get to safety. But what if I told you that this moment of peak fear is precisely when the most successful investors in history get excited? That while the crowd is panicking and selling in a blind rush for the exits, the Warren Buffetts of the world are calmly looking for bargains. The question of whether you should buy stocks during a crash is one of the most psychologically difficult in all of investing. The intellectual answer is often a clear yes. But the emotional reality makes it feel impossible. In this video, we're not just going to give you the intellectual answer, we're going to give you a concrete, step-by-step psychological and strategic framework to actually act on it. We'll break this down into three critical parts. First, we'll tackle the psychology of a crash, understanding the emotion of fear so you can manage it. Second, we'll outline the strategic approach, how to buy without trying to catch a falling knife. And third, we'll discuss how to tell the difference between a true bargain and a value trap that could destroy your capital. By the end of this, you'll have a plan that allows you to see a market crash not as a threat, but as a potential opportunity. Let's start with the single biggest obstacle you will face, your own psychology. A market crash doesn't just crash prices, it crashes your emotional state. The two primary emotions that take over are fear and panic. This isn't a character flaw, it's a hardwired human response. Our brains are designed to prioritize avoiding loss over acquiring gains. It's called loss aversion. Seeing your hard-earned money evaporate on a screen triggers a primal fear response. The financial media amplifies this fear 1,000 times over, with flashing red screens and dramatic language about carnage and meltdowns. In this environment, the herd mentality takes over. You see everyone else selling, and your brain tells you that they must know something you don't, so you feel an overwhelming urge to join them. This is panic selling. The first and most important rule of buying in a crash is to recognize this emotional storm for what it is: noise. It is not fundamental analysis. The pro tip here is to have a plan written before the crash ever happens. You must decide, during a moment of calm rationality, what you will do when the market falls 20%, 30%, or even 40%. This written plan is your anchor in the storm. It might say something like, if the S&P 500 falls 25% from its high, I will allocate X% of my cash reserves using a dollar cost averaging strategy over the next 3 months. When the crash hits, you don't have to decide what to do. You simply have to execute the plan you already made. This separates your actions from the emotional chaos of the moment. You are no longer reacting to the headlines, you are following your own disciplined process. Now, let's talk about the actual strategy. The biggest mistake beginners make is going all in at the first sign of a dip, only to watch the market continue to fall another 20%, leaving them with massive paper losses and shattered confidence. This is called catching a falling knife, and it can be just as damaging as panic selling. The solution is to never try to time the exact bottom. Nobody can do it. Instead, you use a methodical approach that acknowledges the market's unpredictability. The most powerful tool for the average investor is dollar cost averaging, or DCA. During a crash, this means spreading your buys out over time. Instead of investing all your cash in one lump sum, you decide to invest it in 3, 4, or 5 equal portions over several weeks or months. For example, if you have $10,000 to deploy, you might invest $2,000 now, another $2,000 if the market falls another 5%, and so on. This strategy does two things. First, it drastically reduces your risk of putting all your money in at a temporary peak. Second, and just as importantly, it is psychologically liberating. If the market continues to fall after your first purchase, you don't feel like you made a mistake. You feel like you're following the plan, and the lower prices now mean your next purchase will be at an even better bargain. The other key part of your strategy is to have a pre-built watch list. During calm markets, you should be maintaining a list of high-quality companies or ETFs that you'd love to own, but that have always seemed too expensive. When a crash hits, you don't have to scramble to research what to buy. You simply open your watch list, and as prices fall, you start to see those dream investments come into what you believe is a reasonable buying range. Your buys should be focused on this list of high-quality assets, companies with strong balance sheets, durable competitive advantages, and proven profitability, not on the most speculative, beaten-down names that are falling the most. This leads to the final and most crucial point, knowing the difference between a bargain and a value trap. A bargain is a wonderful company that is temporarily on sale because of broad market panic. Its long-term prospects are still intact. Think of a company like Apple or Microsoft during the 2008 financial crisis or the COVID crash. They were dragged down with the entire market, but their core businesses were not broken. A value trap, on the other hand, is a company that is cheap for a reason. Its stock price is falling because its business model is broken, it's drowning in debt, or it's in an industry that is being permanently disrupted. It looks cheap based on past earnings, but those earnings are about to disappear. How do you tell the difference? You go back to the fundamentals we've discussed in other videos. Check the balance sheet for excessive debt. Look for companies that are still generating strong free cash flow, even in the downturn. Avoid companies that are in industries facing existential threats. The insider secret here is that during a true panic, the market throws the baby out with the bathwater. It sells everything indiscriminately. This is your chance to buy the baby, the high-quality companies at a fire sale price. History is very clear on this point. Every single major market crash in history, from the Great Depression to the 2008 global financial crisis to the 2020 COVID crash, has eventually been followed by a recovery and new all-time highs. Investors who had the courage and discipline to buy during those depths were handsomely rewarded over the following years. They weren't market timers. They were people who understood that the American economy and human innovation are resilient forces over the long run. Before we finish, I must provide a very serious disclaimer. Investing in the stock market during a crash is extremely risky and can result in significant financial losses. The market may not recover quickly, and it is possible for investments to decline further in value or even become worthless. I am not a licensed financial advisor, and this video is for educational purposes only. This is not a recommendation to buy or sell any security. You should only invest money that you can afford to lose and that you will not need for essential expenses in the short to medium term. You must conduct your own research and consider seeking advice from a qualified financial professional. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Your call to action is this: open a document right now, before the next downturn, and write down your personal crash investing plan. What asset will you buy? How much cash will you allocate? What dollar cost averaging schedule will you use? Having this plan on paper is your single most powerful weapon against panic. If this guide helped you reframe a market crash from a threat to a potential opportunity, please hit that like button and subscribe for more strategies that build your investing discipline. Thank you for watching.